may also concerned about some of the textile used to make clothes. So today we have a very special fabric. So just take a closer look. So this is newly developed fabric. We are using the material called 百内穿. So basically this kind of fabric could be unfolded automatically. So now I would like to do a demonstration. So I will spray the water on top of the surface of the fabric. So especially when you are sweating out, so when this fabric and the clothes meet the sweat, and then it will help you to remove your heat in your body. And this is very cool, especially in summer if you're wearing clothes made from this kind of fabric. So at the beginning you could see this is just a regular cloth, but right now when I spray some water on this lining, and then this will change. So today we are talking about the digitalization, and also I want to understand what are some of the relations between the digitalization and the new materials. So as right now we are in a digital factory, we will use some AR technology, and also we are trying to understand how human beings remove their sweat, and that's why we have this special design on this fabric. And by having this kind of textile or this kind of fabric, it will help to remove some of the heat from the human body. So for regular clothes, actually it is pretty much refined. And it will be very hot if you wear that kind of regular cloth as a t-shirt, because that is quite airproof. And this time if you're using this kind of materials, especially when you are doing sports, it's much better for you to exercise. And also your sweat will be dry out pretty soon. So that's why we need to use some of the digital methods to make this kind of fabrics. So now I would like to show you another one. So this is actually special equipment for the shoes. This is a vibration-proof material for the shoes. So for example, I will do a demonstration. I will just throw the ball. This is quite elastic. Once again, I would like to show you how efficient of this vibration absorptive material works. And also we prepare an egg. Alright, let's see how it works. So now I would like to use this kind of material to wrap all the eggs. Because for the eggs, you know it is quite fragile. Now I will try to punch it. So if the egg is wrapped by this kind of material, you could see this material can protect the eggs. For this kind of vibration-proof material, how can we better use this kind of material in our daily life? So for example, this is a shoe. I believe you're quite familiar with this kind of shoes if you are a sports fan. Actually, this time we are trying to apply this technology or apply this kind of vibration-proof material into the sole of these shoes. Because by having this kind of technology, it will help to protect your knees. For example, when you jump, we have to make sure that the shoes can protect your needs. We are making good use of a lot of big data to understand how the body works and how can we apply this kind of vibration-proof material into these shoes. Now I would like to show you a short video to see how we design this kind of shoes. So we're actually putting this vibration-proof material on the backside of the shoes. By having this material, it could actually protect your heels and also to protect your bones and the ankles. So yes, indeed, we have a laboratory. We are trying to collect the information, especially for those sports fans. We analyze their body structures and to see how all of these materials can protect their health. And also we have the computer to imitate how people move. And in the end, we try to come up with this innovative design. So actually for designing a shoe is quite complicated. In different parts of the shoes, we need to put different materials. So for example, on the front part, we will put some of the elastic materials. Well, indeed, it is quite elastic and also it's pretty much vibration proof. Especially when we are doing the demonstration with an egg. Now you could see the eggs are quite safe. And also when you're wearing the sports shoes, I believe you really hate rainy days. And this time, we are coming with a waterproof material. So now I would like to zoom in so you could take a closer look on the clothes. Actually, if you look closer, you could see a lot of breathing holes on top of the surface of the clothes. Now I'm trying to do another experiment by using the dry ice. Alright, you could see the bubbles are coming up. Very good penetration. Especially when you touch the surface, you can actually feel the bubbles. So for this kind of clothes, it's also quite special. We're using a lot of software to come up with the design of these clothes. So for this kind of materials, it's completely waterproof, so you will never be afraid of rainy days when you are wearing a sports shoes. So what is the relation for this textile, for these clothes with the digital technology? Once again, we also use the VR technology. So first of all, we come up with a model and also we try to analyze the surface tension of the water. We have to make sure that the water will flow down from the skin of the shoes. So that is how digitalization is being applied in such a textile industry. So right now in our city, many R&D centers, they're also using a lot of smart manufacturing. They're also doing a lot of innovation in their products. So just now we just have some experience of some of the new materials. And all of these are quite new in our daily life, and especially I want to highlight the importance of the digitalization in this process. I also talked to some of the designers and engineers. On one hand, we need to use the digital technology for the design, and also during the manufacturing stage, we also have to make good use of the digital technology. Because by doing that, we could improve the quality of all of these products. So my colleague Zheng Junxiong, so right now he's standing in a manufacturing plant of a textile company. Now I would like to turn over to my colleague, and also he will show us more about the new materials and how we produce these new materials. Good afternoon. I'm CMG reporter Zheng Junxiong. Just now, my colleague have shown you some of the new materials. So today, I would like to show you how we made these new materials. So again, I am in a textile company located in Jinjiang city of Fujian province. This is a very large-scale manufacturing company. And with years of development, we could see the level of digitalization is very high. And also, I'm glad to be joined by the guest, so Mr. Chen Xuemei. She is the person in charge for the production team. So this is the first time I came to a textile company. I believe many of you are also the first time visiting a textile company. So now we are moving to the factory, so we could have a look at what are some of the smart technologies we are using to produce all of these new materials. So now we are in a factory. Now you could see a lot of advanced equipment and smart equipment. So what is this one? Maybe you could give us an introduction. So this is a 5G digital factory. Now I would like to introduce you all of these equipments one by one. On my right hand side, so this is a monitoring system. So for this monitoring system, it will actually check the condition of the thread. And if we have some abnormal situation, and all of this data will be come back to our computer or the control room. Or if there's an emergency happens, and there will be an alarm. And by having this monitoring system, we are able to ensure the safety of the production. And also, I would like to show you another video, so you understand how this black technology can ensure the safety of our production. So maybe you can tell us more about this monitoring system. So for example, if one of the thread breaks down, and there will be an alarm coming out. Yes. Now you could see there are many equipment here, and also we have countless threads. So each one of the equipment will have over 20,000 threads. So by having this monitoring system, it could identify the condition of each one of the threads, and all the conditions will be come back to our control center. So for our workers, we are able to identify which equipment may have a issue, may have a problem. It will actually help to reduce the human cost. Because in this area, you could barely see there are workers on site to monitor or operate all of these equipments, because all of these are done by computer. And also I realized there were some areas, it feels like a camera, a surveillance camera. This is a two-way surveillance camera. So now you could see for each one of the camera, they're focusing on certain areas. This will help us to do the troubleshooting. Also in the equipment, we also have the infrared and also have a emergent braking system. So actually for all of these equipments, we have 3 layers of protection so as to ensure the quality of our products. When I come to this digital factory, my first impression is that I don't see anyone here. I could only hear the sound of these equipments. And also on these equipments, I believe there is a brain, which we call the control system. You also mentioned that how many equipments we have. Can you tell me more about the equipments? So in this plant, we have about 100 equipment. Also, we have done a lot of digital upgrade for all of these equipments. In the past, like one person in charge of 2 equipments, but right now, one person can be in charge of about like over 20 equipments. So for this plant, we have about 6 to 7 operators to do the operation work for all of these equipments. So what is this one? It feels like quite heavy. So I will not tell you what is this one, and later I will give you more knowledge about this cover. So especially I would like to emphasize how we use the smart technology to operate all of these equipments. And just now, Director Chen told us, and we don't have many people staying on site for the operation, but still, all of these equipment are quite efficient. And on the other floor, actually, we have another plant or another factory. So that said, the efficiency has been doubled, or the productivity has been doubled. In the past, before we upgrade all of these equipments, before the smart manufacturing kicks off, we don't have this amount of equipments. So with the application of the 5G and with the upgrade of the digital technology, in the past, the turnaround rate is over 70%, but right now the rate has increased over 95%. So when I came here, actually, I don't feel it is quite hot. And also I could feel in this place, we have installed many air conditioner. So I could see we are paying a lot of attention to the caring of our people. Yes, actually, first we have to analyze our products. We have to maintain a constant humidity and also the temperature. And in summer, when you came here, it's quite cool. And also in winter, if you visit this place, it's quite warm. Because we have to make sure that the products are up to the standard. So for the workers, if they're working in this place, I think it is quite a cozy experience. So right now, I will tell you more about the cover. So how we install the cover to this textile machine. Ms. Chen, please uncover the mystery. So alright, now I would like to tell you more about how this coil cover being installed to this machine. In the past, we need to install all of this cover manually. But now we have an automatic machine. All we need to do is to hold the remote controller. Then we are able to put all of these covers onto the textile machine. Because this requires a lot of effort and it's very difficult for us to hire workers to do this work. But now, with the improvement of the technology, we save a lot of human resources. So now you can see 6 workers, they are trying to install the cover, and also we have the lifting machine in place. And soon the lifting machine will lift all of this cover and all these would be installed to the textile machines. In the past, for each time of the installation, it takes about 30 minutes, but now it takes less than 10 minutes to finish the installation. And you also mentioned that in the past, we need many people to carry this cover. I think this is quite heavy, at least 50 kilogram or more than that. But now with all of those smart devices, you could see the efficiency has been improved, and also the intensity of the work has been lowered. Yes, we are quite grateful about the digitalization. So now you could see for the lifting machine, it's trying to lift the 6 covers. So how they do this? Now I just mentioned we have a remote controller. We have an automatic device. In the past, we need to have like human beings to push it, but now we have this AI machine, so we don't need to waste any of our labor to do the installation. And also coming to us now, you could see there are a lot of products coming to us from the conveyor. So can you tell us more about the operation of the conveyor? How could we identify the location of these conveyors? So this is the AGV, or we call it a smart robot. In the past, we are doing all of this work manually, but now we have this AGV, which is the automatic robot. And as we have already installed a GPS system, we could actually send out the instructions to the robot, and the robot will help us to do the work. And they will send out some of the parts to the conveyor, and also some of these items will go to the warehouse directly. So for this conveyor, it is completely smart. So it could actually save the time for the workers and also save the labor. And Ms. Chen just said on the second floor, it is another factory. So just now we are talking about the cover, and actually the cover is made on the second floor. So for our production, or we always say for the cover, we have to make it in the original place. The cover is of great importance for the product, so we have to pay extra attention in the production upstairs, and then we will bring all of these products back to floor number 1. And also we are doing a lot of smart manufacturing on the second floor. And actually for the second floor, it is what we call a man-free factory. And also we have prepared another short video so that we could have a understand how the digital factory works on the second floor. So with our automatic system, we could identify the production and the manufacturing procedures for each thread. And all of this data will be transferred back to the terminals. For example, we could understand, for example, the weight of the cover and the speed of the cover. All of this information will be come back to the terminals, and we are able to check all of this information anytime we want. I believe with the smart manufacturing and the upgrade of the digitalization, it has largely improved the quality of our products. So for example, for each one of the cover we produced, it has a unique ID. It's just like an identity card for each one of the cover. If we could locate the ID number for each piece of the product, then we are able to understand what happens during the manufacturing or the production process. When necessary, we could also send out the instructions to change some of the manufacturing procedures. And also we are able to identify some of the fault during the manufacturing process. Actually, I am quite impressed by what Ms. Chen has said. I get a lot of knowledge about the digital factory we are visiting today. So actually in the digital factory, it contains a lot of smart equipments. Maybe in the future, if we have time, we could try to understand more about the digitalization and its impact on the product. Now you could see in front of us, we have a big screen. So the screen will capture some of the parameters in this factory. Ms. Chen, can you tell us more about some of these parameters? So just now we are talking about the conveyors, and also I said for each one of the equipment we have a control equipment. So in this big dashboard, actually you could get all the data available from the plant. So for the operators, they are able to check the manufacturing status, and they could analyze the problems we have and also do some potential troubleshooting. So actually in this digital factory, we have a lot of powerful brains to help us to facilitate with the production. And also we would like to talk about how we better apply all of these smart functions into the production. So in this place, we have 3 screens. So this one is the monitoring system we just talked about. So if some of the thread broke, and then this screen will pop up an alarm, and we are able to locate which thread is broken. So what about this one? This is what we call an AEPS system. So in the past, we are doing all of this screening manually, but now we are using the equipment to do it. This will also help us to improve the efficiency and also to facilitate with the circulation of the production. We have to ensure that we could deliver all the products in time. So by having this computer or having these equipments, we are able to accurately predict when all of these items or products could be delivered to the customer. So Ms. Chen has said a lot about all of these AI equipments. I'm actually quite interested. And also there is a equipment would help us to select the ideal clothes. So maybe Ms. Chen, you could show us how this AI system works and how can we choose the perfect garment or the perfect clothes. Right now, I would like to show you how to do it. So for this AI system, it is actually winning an award. So we are able to locate this kind of fabric or this kind of clothes among over 30,000 samples. So right now it takes less than 2 minutes or less than 10 seconds. So we are able to locate the clothes or the fabric. And also we will show you a match percentage. And on the screen you could see some of the cost of the raw materials and also the composition of the fabric. So for this clothes selection system, it's quite astonishing. I think this is quite smart. I believe in the past, if we only have like human beings to try to locate all of these clothes, I believe it is quite energy and time consuming. But with the help of the AI system, I believe all the efficiencies will be significantly improved. I think the efficiency will be improved by at least like 30%. So yes, indeed, digitalization changed our lives. So now I'm able to see some of the end products produced by your company. So for 90 to 80% of our products will be applied or will be used for shoe products. But now we are trying to expand our category. For example, we'll use some of our products to cushions and some furnitures, etc. So for example, this one is the mattress. This is a home product we produced. So by having the AI equipments, it will help us to improve the quality of these products. Because for some of the home products, they require very high standard of the raw materials. So today I just have a very quick tour in your manufacturing factory. I was quite impressed by all of these AI equipments. I believe in the near future, further digitalization will further facilitate the production and efficiency of the textile company. So after we make all of these products, and then we will come to the next circle, that is the logistics. Now I would like to turn over to my colleague, so he will show us how the logistics works. Dear viewers, good afternoon. And with my two colleagues, they have gave us a lot of introduction about the production and the manufacturing of the products, especially in the digital factory. So actually today I would like to show you how logistics works. And now I'm in a digital factory of the brand Anta. So also I'm glad to be joined by a special guest who is the senior manager of the logistics for the company. So now you could see there are many robotic equipments. They're trying to sort the products. So first, can you tell us more about how these robots work? So first, I would like to explain the whole process. First of all, when the products arrive in the warehouse, and we have these automatic robots, they will try to move all of these products and they will try to put it by category in different shelves. And in the past, we need to have human beings to move all of these products. But now with the automatic machines, it will help to improve the efficiency. So for the warehouse, it is quite large in size. It's about 5,000 square meters. And actually, in this warehouse, we are able to accommodate over 800,000 pieces of packages. And also, we have 53 robots to help with the sorting of the packages. So in the past, we are actually having like mankind to seek the products, but now you could see we have all of these AI robots. They're trying to pick up all of these products. So now you could see for these robots, they are trying to classify all of these products onto different shelves. So what comes next? Now I would like to show you to another sorting room to show you how the employees doing in that sorting room. So this is another sorting station. So what are they doing right now? I think there was so many stacks here, And also some place you could see there are green lights. What does that mean? Actually, that is a digital label, and it will also send out information about all of these packages or the products. So for our employees, they will scan some of the code for these packages and the products. And then for the employees, they will move the corresponding products onto the shelf, and then they will press the button again to complete the sorting work. So if you just look at the working environment, now you could see the environment is improved, because in the past they have to go back to the warehouse and coming back to the sorting place. This is a waste of time and energy. So I would like to interview one of the employee. So sorry for interruption. And just now Mr. Yang said in the past when you work here, first you have to find out the product, but right now the product comes to you. Well, by having all of these digitalization technologies, and then it will improve the efficiency, because in the past we have to walk for about like 50,000 to 40,000 to 50,000 steps each day. And for us, we only need to stay in this place to do the sorting work. And this is quite comfortable. And also it could alleviate some of the burden for us. And also I would like to show you this pad. This is quite comfortable. And yes, indeed, this kind of working environment is much better than before. And also I could see there is a fan installed inside of this area. Thank you very much for your introduction. So after the sorting procedure, and we will have a reviewing section, and after the review is completed, and then we are able to ship out the packages. So this is the review station. So now you could see after the sorting for the packages, they're actually coming to this place through the conveyor. So now I would like to show you a label. Actually, for each one of these labels, we are adding a chip. This chip is more like an ID card, an exclusive ID card for the product. Just take a closer look at this label, because if you look closer, you could see a chip inside of this label. So it's in the shape of a knife. So by having this label, basically we are adding an ID card for the clothes, and we are able to monitor the situation for these products throughout the manufacturing process. So in the past, for the workers, they have to scan all of these code one by one, but this time they could actually do it at once. Because for each one of the clothes, they have a exclusive ID card. And by having this card, we are able to do the tracing for all of these products. So what's next? Yes, just now you talk about the chip, the wireless chip. So by having that chip, it will help to improve the efficiency of the logistics. So I believe by making good use of the big data, it could also help us to improve our marketing or the sales strategy. Actually, for each step, from the factory to the warehouse, we will equip each one of the products with this exclusive ID. And also during the circulation of the products, we are also able to monitor the condition of all of these products. So also we are able to gather the purchase habits for some of our customers. It is not just a small chip, but we are able to gather a lot of information from that tiny chip. So also you could see the production line for the logistics center is also very advanced, especially you could see for this conveyor is extremely long. So what is the function for the conveyor? So for this conveyor, it could also help us to save some of the labor force, because in the past we need our workers to carry all of the packages and the products. But now with all these automatic conveyors, they are able to come to designated place. Because in the past we need the human beings to try to locate the designated place, but right now we have all of these AI equipment to facilitate with the manufacturing. So my question is, why your company want to invest in the digitalization and make improvements? So actually we closely monitor the situation in the market and also the change of the technology. We also combine the online and offline market. So for the strategy of our company, we always put customer as our top priority. Also, we are trying to use the technology of digitalization in different categories. All in all, we would like to improve the efficiency of the production of the supply chain, and also we are trying our best to improve our delivery rate, hence to improve the customer experience. So I understand it is quite competitive, especially for the manufacturing companies. And for the customers, they have very high expectation for the quality of the products, and also they are paying a lot of attention to the delivery service. So that's why I said for the logistics section, it's very important to improve the customer service. So for example, for the Singles Day last year, we are able to receive tens of millions of packages, but within 48 hours, we are able to ship out all of these packages. So how do you rank your company in terms of the logistics? Well, I believe we are leading the industry for the delivery. Yes, I could tell this is quite a large logistics center. So what is the size for the logistics park? Well, actually, for the total area, it's about like 200,000 square meters. Yeah, this is a very large place. I think if all of the work are done by human beings, yes, they have to take at least like 40,000 to 50,000 steps per day. It is quite a diligent work. And also now you could see we are upgrading some of the equipment. And also we are trying our best to improve the logistics system. And we are making good use of the big data. And we try to consolidate all of this information on one unified platform. And also we are able to come up with a digital chain so as to support the volume we have received. So sometimes we are just like looking at a little portion of the improvement of some of the digital equipment. So maybe today we don't have time to experience all these scenarios. So for such a logistic park, and soon we will visit what we called a digital brain for this company. So as we come to that place, now I would like to show you another video so you could better understand how Anta is changing its production with digital technology. Alright, right now we are coming to another place. This is what we call a smart brain of this logistics park. So before we enter into this place, you can see we have a automatic distribution center. So for all of these cargoes and packages, they will be distributed in this area. So for each day, we have millions of packages coming to the logistics, and the sorting will be done in this area. That's why we need to have what we call a smart brain to monitor all of these products. So actually, on an annual basis, we need to distribute over 300 million packages. So this is what we call a digital center for the logistics park. So this is what you're calling this a smart brain. So in this place, we are able to monitor the sales data for different stores in China, and also we are able to monitor the warehousing and the inventory condition in different parts of China. When necessary, we are able to do some intervention, and we need to try our best to improve the delivery service for our customers. So this is actually the phase 1 for the logistics park. It has been used for 4 years for this smart brain. How do you feel? So for phase 1, even though it is not for large scale, however, for the inventory turnover day had been reduced by 15 days. And also we are able to have our labor usage. So in the future, I believe you will continue to expand your model, right? Yes, actually for the next phase, we are almost at the end of the construction. And later on, we will bring in more logistics equipment. It is estimated that for the phase 2, will be put into use in the first half of the year next year. So actually for the phase 1, if we compare the phase 2 program with phase 1, the efficiency will be double again. So with the introduction with Mr. Yang, I believe you already feel that with the support of the digital technology, we do have a very bright prospect for the logistics, and also it will help to improve the sales and the marketing strategies for the company. So now I would like to turn over to my colleague. And now he's at the service center. So that is my part. Dear viewers, my name is Zhang Fenchuan from CMG. And now I'm also in a mechanized production factory. So behind me, it is actually a production line for the diapers. So actually today, I would like to give you more knowledge about the customer service. But actually, the customer service already starts with the production. So for example, just take a look at this one. This is the equipment to make the diapers. So actually, it uses one of the smart devices, and also they are using the 5G technology to produce the diapers. So also, I'm honored to be joined by the special guest. So first, I would like to return to you for these 2 units. So can you tell us more, like how to make good use of these 2 devices to run the whole equipment? So actually, we have 2 sensors. So for these sensors, it will try to locate the position of different raw materials. We have a system to monitor the situation of these sensors, and also some of the information will be collected from the sensors. And we will upload all of this information onto the cloud. So just take a look at this one. For this one, actually it has a small camera. It will capture some of the photos and also it will capture some signals. And through this device, all of the information will be put onto the cloud for further analysis. In the big data center, we will continue to do more calculation and we are trying our best to find out the fault of our products. So for this area, actually you are waiting for some of the further investigation into our products. So in the conveyor, now you could see we are having these sensors that are trying to capture the patterns that has been printed on the diapers. So for this sensor, actually it is trying to take photos of the diapers. So it's trying to recognize the location of the picture. If the picture are not in the right place, and then we are able to correct the system and to adjust the position. So with this photography technology, we are able to understand whether all of these prints are in the right place. And also, by having all of these sensors, we are able to understand the operation condition of all of these equipment. For example, we are able to understand the engine situation for all of these equipment. So for example, this one are showing the speed of the running of the equipment. And also there are several other parameters to help you understand the situation of the equipment. Now you could see the speed is coming up. So I believe right now we are doing a testing. Yes, right now we are testing the equipment. So the speed is each 1 minute we are able to produce about 700 diapers. This is the end product. You can see it is very fast. So with the analysis with the AI, we continue to increase the speed of our equipment and also to increase the productivity. So actually for some of these information can be shared on our computer or the terminals. So by looking at all of these data, we are able to improve the safety of the production and also the quality of the products. So when we are using some of the AI equipment, we are trying our best to improve the service and also to improve the quality. For example, if we find any problems for certain equipment, with the AI calculation, we could send out alarms and maybe we will reach out to our clients to change certain raw materials for further production. So actually for the customer service, it already started once the equipment start to produce all of these products. And this is actually constitutes the life cycle of these products. And this will also help to do the troubleshooting. And all of these data can be feedback to the enterprises. And for some of the raw material companies or the suppliers, they're able to improve the quality of some of the products and the raw materials. So this is the big data center, and we are able to see some of the screen. So this is once again another 2 dashboard. So on the left side, we are able to see some of the information about the clients and also the distribution of our products or equipments. From the map, you could see our clients are not just exclusive in China, but also some of the equipments are being used in some of the Belt and Road countries. Right, even though we have some of the equipment installed overseas, but we are able to monitor the situation of all of these equipments. Now I could see a lot of those like countries coming from Africa, Middle East, Asian countries. So for all of these data can be sent back to us real time. So we are able to understand the manufacturing situation for all of these equipments. And also we are able to see how many equipments are being used at the same time. So actually from this dashboard, you're able to get all the information you need. And also I could see there is a list of troubles, because for each one of the equipments, maybe they have different problems. So with the AI analysis, we are able to improve some of the parameters and some of the properties of the equipment. Can you give us an example? So just now you're showing us a equipment that is able to produce 700 diapers per minute. So how we improve that kind of equipment? In the past, we have some outdated gear or broken gears. If we do not change those gears in time, and this will actually reduce the efficiency or productivity of our products. But if we are using some of the AI sensors or AI equipments, they could actually identify which gears will be broken. So we could take some of the proactive measures. So when we are doing the maintenance work, we are able to switch or change some of the gear, and this will help us to improve the productivity. And also we have an operation platform. So for our clients or customers, if they think there may be some problem, they will file a complaint to us. And by looking at their suggestions or complaint, we are able to list all the issues that is possible. In the past, we don't have this cloud platform, so we have to collect all of this information one by one. This is also quite time consuming. And also, if we want to maintain or try to fix that issue, maybe there will be a very long time delay. But right now, as we have a hotline and also we have collected all the information in one unified platform, we're able to do the troubleshooting even we are in a remote place. So all of these issues can be resolved within 48 hours. For example, just take a look at this complaint list. So first, it shows the type for the suggestion, and then there is a explanation for the issues. And also we have a feedback system. So actually our clients can rate us on our service. So in such an era of AI, actually we're able to use a lot of advanced technologies. So for example, I'm holding a AR glass, which is a augmented reality glass. So if I wear this kind of AR glass, I could also help with the maintenance of the equipment. So right now I'm holding a operator. So this is just a demonstration. So when you are wearing this AR glass, you could actually see a 3D simulated equipment. So in the past, it's very difficult to communicate with the clients because we don't have this kind of model we have to refer to the instruction book, and then we have to listen to their explanation. But now if we have the AR glass, first of all, we will choose the type of the equipment, and then there is a simulated 3D model. And with the explanation of our clients, we will understand what is the issue, what is the problem. Then we will help the clients to do the troubleshooting. So right now I'm actually looking at a handbook. So for example, if you switch to certain angles, and then there will be a note giving you some of the tips on how to maintain or how to fix certain issues of the equipment. So for me, I'm not a professional and not an expert, so it's very difficult for me to do some adjustment or to fix the equipment. So, but right now with the AR glass, I think this will be very conducive for the maintenance work. So in the past, for the clients, they will give us a phone call. And right now, if they have the AR glass, they're able to fix the issue by their own. Or if they really don't know how to fix the issue, and then they could give us a phone call. And also we are able to wear the AR glass. We could see the same model with our clients. And this will also save us some time. And also it will help us to better to locate where is the problem. So in the past, for the engineers, they have to maybe fly over to the place of the clients and to help with the troubleshooting. But right now, with all of this cutting-edge technology, so for our engineers, they don't have to visit those places in person. Instead, just a simple phone call, you could help the clients to fix all of these issues. And also, it will help to improve the capability of the engineer from the client side. Because for those clients, their engineers, they could learn from the information that they could get from the AR glass. So this is actually a IoT device, and this time we're coming up with this immersive experience for the maintenance. So this is quite a smart customer service. So that comes to the end of my part. I believe you have a brand new impression about the digitalization.